Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a get ready with me video, but with a little bit of a twist, because you know we like to spice it up around here. So over on my Instagram I asked for some questions. I said make them as juicy as you want. They could be about literally anything. It was quite broad, to be honest, so I'm going to be answering some of those as I get ready, just to spice it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Also means you can get to know me a little bit better. I feel like we're at that level now where we should know absolutely everything about each other. We're quite a few videos in now. My channel pretty much isn't really new anymore. Why not get to know me on a deeper level? Get to know the questions that are the most important, you know what I mean? Set the foundation for our relationship. Some people probably find it a bit weird that I'm putting makeup on when I'm not even going out, because obviously we're in a lockdown right now. But I feel like from the first lockdown everyone came to a mutual agreement that if you want to put makeup on and get dressed up just for the sake of it, then do it, because it makes you feel nice. And we need positive vibes right now. We need the positive energy, and that is what I'm bringing to myself. I've obviously fake tanned and I hate wasting fake tan, so my hands always get the short straw. If there's excess fake tan on that mitt that needs to be used, I just put it on the hands as if it's a nice hand like moisturiser. It's a real problem. So yeah, we're not going to talk about those. I have washed them, believe it or not, quite thoroughly, and this is what we're dealing with, so we're not going to talk about it. So the first question, nice and easy, just getting to know me a little bit more, is what is your favourite ice cream flavour? Now what a lovely question, honestly. Makes me feel like a child again. And I love ice cream, right? Fact about me, I love ice cream so much. I think it actually drives Bill up the wall, especially if we're on holiday. I always want to get ice creams from like the little ice cream stands, you know what I mean? I love them. I love ice cream. But my favourite flavour ice cream has to be mint chocolate chip. Okay, prove me otherwise, please. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's so good. Forgot to put my hairband on, didn't I? Here we go. Lovely little forehead reveal every single time. It's not even like that different, but just those corners being revealed really does make a difference. Every little helps. Right, next we have quite a deep one, which is how old do you want to be when you get married and have kids? This is something that keeps me awake at night, so thank you for this question, because it is bringing me fear. So I feel like I have a rough age of when I sort of want to have kids. For me, that age is by like 28. I want to be at least like thinking about having kids, like sort of getting ready, like first child by 30 kind of vibes. So in my head I've kind of got the idea that I want to, so right now I live with my parents, so I'd quite like to be moved out by, like, I'm gonna say by 25. Because I think that's like a realistic sort of goal for myself. I don't want to say any earlier and then not meet it and be really upset, so I'd rather, you know, play it safe so that I'm not upset in a few years time. Because I'm 22 right now, I'm turning 23 next year. So I've kind of got it in my head that I'll be moved out by then, and hopefully like engaged by like 27 or something. And then yeah, looking at having my first child by 30. But to be honest with you, the one thing I've learnt whilst getting older is you can't really plan life. Like, you can to an extent, but I literally remember being like 10 years old and thinking that I would be moved out by 20 in like my own home, having my first child by 25. Like, obviously I was quite young and naive then, because I'm 22 and I still live at home like most people do. But yeah, like I have a sort of rough preference, but I don't think my world is going to come crashing down if I don't meet those, I'm not going to call them targets, but you know, if I'm not at that stage, at those stages in life, because I just think like you're never too old for something. Like, you like, there's people that have kids at like friggin' 60, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't put too much pressure on it, but I have like a rough idea. Like, obviously I think most people think about those sort of things, not necessarily getting married and having kids, but like even goals of like when to move out, like obviously it's good to think about, but at the same time I'm not putting too much pressure on it. So Bill, if you're watching this and you're worrying about getting a ring in time, it's fine. don't worry. The next question is, when and where was my first kiss? So I think I was quite late to have my first kiss, which I think, like, when I was younger I was always really worried about getting it out of the way. Anyway, but I went to an all-girls school as well, so it's worth noting that, like, I went to an all-girls school. I didn't really have friends that were boys when I was younger because I just didn't meet any, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't really have any, like, in my life, like, to meet. So my first kiss was at the age of 15. I think I would have been 15. I think I was in, like, year 10 or something. Yeah, so I'm gonna say 15. At a house party, like at my friend's party. By house party I mean literally like bottles of WKD in the garden because it was summertime. Like, yeah, really like young sort of house party vibes. And yeah, I just basically wanted it out the way. I was like, oh, he's cute, and then it just happened. So I don't know if that person knows they're my first kiss, but hey, I've not spoke to you since, so. What's your biggest regret in life? Which is a very deep question, a very deep question. It's a tough one, you know, because like I'm only 22, so I like to think that I don't really have a lot of like big regrets right now, but I would probably say one of my biggest regrets, like from when I was younger, is just my lack of confidence. Like, even now I still lack confidence in certain aspects of my life. Like, I am quite a confident person. A lot of people, like, if they were to describe me, would say confident, which is so funny to me because I always think that I'm not. But like when I was younger especially, like I feel like I missed out on some opportunities. Nothing like crazy, like huge career changing, but people in my life, like when I was younger I just didn't really have like a lot of confidence in myself, and I think that held me back from like hanging around with certain people or making efforts to certain people, because I thought it was always going to be like thrown back in my face, or they wouldn't want to be associated with me, sort of thing. God, that sounds really deep. It's not as deep as I mean. Like, yeah, basically my confidence, well, my confidence when I was younger held me back a lot. Even for example, like when I was in year sort of 12, like in my sixth form years, I'd say it was quite probably the worst, because I went to a different sixth form to where I went to secondary school, and I was the only one out of my friendship group that left. So I went to a sixth form where I didn't know anyone, thrown in at the deep end, which, by the way, was a great life experience. Really did help build confidence and stuff and give me good people skills and social skills. But that sixth form period, I definitely felt very low in confidence because it was then also mixed. It was a mixed school, mixed sixth form. Obviously, like I said before, I went to an all-girls school. So my confidence was very, very low. And I think it definitely held me back. In certain situations, like I didn't always put myself out there, put myself forward for things because I didn't like think I was sort of good enough. And now I look back and I'm like, you idiot, like should have done that, should have done this. Like, again, it's nothing like huge career changing, but just little things where I'm like, why, that's so silly. If anything, like, that's so silly, why'd you do that? But I think that's part of growing up, to be honest with you. But that's something I've taken away. Like now, I wish I started YouTube years ago. It's something that I've wanted to do for years. Like, everyone that knows me knows I've wanted to do YouTube, like, literally for years. I've never done it. There's been so many times I've filmed videos and I've never posted them because I always just held myself back. I thought people are going to laugh at me, people are going to think this, people are going to say that. And when I say people, I mean people in like my local area. Like, I always just assume people are going to like laugh at me. And I just wish I started it earlier. It's just crazy. But I think that's part of growing up, to be honest. So it's nothing that I'm like gonna cry about, you know. So that goes quite nicely on to the next question, which is advice for anyone starting out on YouTube or wanting to start YouTube. And my literally only advice is do it. Just do it, just do it, just do it. Please just do it. Give it a try, because you don't know until you try. If you want to do it, just do it. Please do not hold yourself back in fear or anything, because that, like I said, is one of my biggest regrets, is not doing this sooner and not having that confidence and assuming that people are gonna laugh at me or think horrible things about me, especially in like my local area. It's just something that used to stress me out. I used to like get so anxious over it, thinking, like, just imagining people like basically bitching about me. But realistically, it's actually been the opposite. I've had so many people send me nice messages like, so nice to see you doing this, and like really enjoying your videos and stuff, and like that means the world to me, like so much, because obviously I've been worried about it. So please just do it, just try it. Even if you do it and it's not for you, like that's fine, but at least you've tried, because you don't know until you try. So yeah, I guess that's my advice. Just do it. Not to steal Nike's brand or anything, but just do it. Then have one of my favourite questions, because I just think it's quite cute, which is, what's your first memory of Billy, who is my boyfriend, Bill? I was going to say it's a funny story, but I feel like it's not going to be funny to anyone but me. So me and Bill met at school in sixth form, and in this secondary school, sixth form, whatever, there used to be like a little area called like the internet cafe, which my friends always found really weird, like from my other school, because it was just a room full of computers, but they used to call it an internet cafe. It was kind of weird. I guess it was a bit like a common room. It was kind of weird. Anyway, irrelevant. We were in the internet cafe and we were all just using the computers because we just used to chill there all the time. And I got a bit bored. Sixth form wasn't really my vibe. Writing essays wasn't really my thing, so I got a bit bored. And Bill was there, and this is my first memory of him, like interacting with him. I decided to play a game of Duck Duck Goose. At my big age of 16, I thought, it's a good idea, let's play a bit of Duck Duck Goose. So I literally was just walking around patting everyone here going duck, duck, duck. And I just remember so vividly Bill getting so annoyed with me and being like, fuck off, like stop tapping me on the head. And like, yeah, that was sort of like a thing. Bill was a bit grumpy in sixth form. That was sort of like his banter, I guess. And it was like this banter that we hated each other, or like he hated me, and I would always like take the piss and everything, because we were like, we became best friends, and it was just our banter that he didn't like me. He might say that was facts. I know that's not true. Yeah, that is my first memory of Bill playing Duck Duck Goose and him getting so annoyed with me, and I think he remembers that too. I just remember it vividly, like he was getting so annoyed. I was really annoying though, to be fair. So I'm now going to move on to the most asked question, which I don't really know why it was the most asked question, but here we are. So I've been asked multiple times, who is my celebrity crush? So at the moment, my massive celebrity crush, and has been for like quite a few months now, like I kind of thought it was going to be a phase, and it hasn't been, is Hero Finds Tiffin. Okay, so if you're watching this, Hero, please feel free to hit me up on Instagram. Would love to grab a bit of lunch. No, I'm joking. So yeah, at the moment, my all-time celeb crush is Hero Finds Tiffin. But I did think it was going to be a bit of a phase, and it's not been. Before this, I probably would have said like Justin Bieber, because that is a classic. Like, I've loved Justin Bieber since I was about 13 or something. Like literally my room used to be covered in posters and stuff. I used to go to concerts in all purple, but right now it's turned out to not be a phase. It is Hero Finds Tiffin. He is actually just drop dead gorgeous, and is a London boy, which I think makes him even more attractive. He is a London boy. I don't really know where in London. Hopefully south. I am southeast. So yeah, Hero, if you're watching this and you want to hit me up, let me know. I'm sure Bill won't mind if we just go out one time. And like I said, I've been asked about celebrity crushes quite a lot, but I've been given a snog, marry, avoid, and I love a little snog, marry, avoid. And this one actually says snog, marry, avoid Billy, Hero, or Connell from Normal People, which is Paul Mescal. God, that actually is really difficult, and I feel like there's no way of me answering this without hurting Bill's feelings. I would have to avoid Connell, which is Paul Mescal. Oh, but he is so attractive. No, okay. I would have to avoid Connell, sorry, Snog Hero, and then marry Bill, because as much as I really fancy Hero, I don't know him, so I can't commit to marrying him and breaking Bill's heart like that, do you know what I mean? Unless I get to know him. So again, Hero, if you want to take me out, you could be my marry, Bill could be my snog. We can make it happen. And then another really interesting question is, what's your weirdest dream? Now, fun fact about me, I do not sleep like a normal person. Okay, I just don't. I dream very vividly, like so vividly. It's actually been something that's really annoyed me recently, because I keep having really vivid dreams and then waking up upset. And the other day I woke up from a dream, I'm not going to say what it was about because it's kind of embarrassing, but I woke up from a dream and literally as I was waking up, in my head I was like, don't wake up, like it was, and then I was upset, I was really upset. It was, yeah, annoying, it was very annoying. I have so many, like so many, and when I was in sixth form and I did photography, one of our projects was to take photos based on dreams, and I had so many dreams I could have done. We had little books and we wrote like a dream book sort of thing, and I was literally offering my dreams to people because a lot of people don't remember their dreams, and I literally was giving my friend Zach my dreams to use for this project because, yeah, I just dream so vividly. I sleepwalk a bit as well, which is annoying. I often wake up still dreaming, if that makes sense. Like my eyes are open but like I'm half in and out of the dream. So like I'll wake up and, like, for example, on my door I have my dressing gown and I always think that someone is standing there. I always think people are in my room. Yeah, it's really annoying. So sorry that kind of abruptly jumped from me doing my eyeshadow to me being completely done, but I just needed to focus on the eyeliner. Eyeliner's not my strong point, so I needed to focus. So sorry, I had to get in the zone, and then I just finished my makeup. So yeah, I am ready now, apart from my hair. I'm going to go do that in a sec. That is the end of this little get ready with me / Q&A. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you feel like you know me a little bit better now. I feel like we're on that level now, you know what I mean? If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a little like and please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.